All right, potential shift here. It is Tuesday, July 14th. Doing some live day trading, seeing if it's possible to grind out a living. Day trading SPY. Not going so great lately, I'll say that much. Yeah, been pretty cold. I haven't liked the way the market has felt ever since the Iran stuff flared up again. Markets just felt very trappy to me, you know, a lot of sort of whipsaw up and down motion. Breakouts are failing, you know, there's not a lot of directional bias here, right? Which is really what you're looking for as a trader. Unless you're a scalper or somebody who specializes in like mean reversion. Generally, most of us are, as traders, we're looking for directional movement, right? Bias in one direction or another. And, you know, yeah, we've been creeping higher, I guess, since the Iran thing flared up. But then yesterday we were lower. We're at 750 right now. I mean, we've been at 750 for, let's see, since May. So, you know, has there been a lot of directional movement? No. I mean, look, this is the 6-month chart up here. You really have a flag pattern forming in the 6-month chart, which is pretty clear at this point, to be honest. You really got a kind of a nice flag forming. I will say, I do like the flag shape personally. I don't know why, but, you know, a lot of the technical indicators, charts, trend lines, head and shoulders patterns, double tops, flag patterns, ascending triangle, descending triangle. You know, how much weight you want to put in these things, it's tough to say. Personally, I tend to like the flag pattern. I do. I find it to be a little bit more reliable than, you know, say a head and shoulders pattern, right? This kind of looks like a head and shoulders pattern, right? And then look, we're kind of defying it, right? So if this was a head and shoulders, it's not working. I do like the flag a little better. So if this is a flag, we're probably going to break out in a direction, either higher or lower. Remains to be seen which way. What do I think about today? The CPI number came in light. That's the big story. So yesterday, Waller said that if the CPI number comes in hot, they have to consider raising rates more quickly. And it didn't come in hot. It came in light. So what you got was a bounce pre-market, right? We started the day up, I don't know, 3 points in SPY, but QQQ is doing its thing again. QQQ is up 1%. Yeah, makes sense, right? Fed chair says if CPI comes in hot, he's going to raise rates. CPI comes in not hot, market goes up. All right. Makes sense. What do I think about that? I think SPY at 9:34 a.m. is up exactly 50 cents, which doesn't tell us a whole lot. So, I mean, we can look at the chart here. You know, this is pre-market. So, and then you've got the bounce when the CPI number comes out. So, let's see here. Let's look at a little different chart. All right, so pre-market, we're in the 749. All right, 749 was the big number yesterday. Yeah, 749 was where we were centered in the morning. 749 is where we closed yesterday. So 749, big liquidity node yesterday. That was the center of gravity. So, you know, it's also our red-green line here today where SPY crosses from red to green. So we know right off the bat, 749 is significant. Yeah, 749 is going to be a big number. We're at 749.5 right now. So, you know, we're like right where we should be. And personally, I want to, you know, like I said, market's been so trappy lately. I really haven't liked the way it's felt. I don't know how else to describe it. I just don't like the way it's been acting. It's just feels like it's been testing, you know, like I said, it's just trappy. It's feeling trappy. So I want to try and be a little careful today, a little more cautious. Really wait for a good, solid setup. Don't want to rush into anything. Yeah, I haven't felt very confident in my trades since Wednesday. I haven't had like a good feeling about a trade since then. And the one trade I did have a good feeling on, honestly, is when the Iran stuff flared up again. You know, I said, get long USO. This was back when it was at like 108, 109. Now it's at 121 today. And I didn't play it because I day trade SPY. I'm trying to stay consistent with my execution, with my setups and my playmaking, you know. So I'm feeling a little bad about that. I'm having a little bit of regret about not playing USO. You know, even though it was clearly my preferred trade, which is why I mentioned it a number of times, you know, when the Iran stuff flared up again. USO, play it, ride it till 125. 125 is the winning out. You know, 100 or 105 could be your losing out. It certainly looks like we're going to get to the 125 winning target soon. So I have some regret about that. I have to be honest. By the way, if you're playing it, you know, when I say 125, if I had ridden it, you know, 13 points higher, I would really take an exit at 123.5, if I'm being exact. Second out, first in, you want to be, second in, first out. I want to be the second guy into the trade, first guy out of the trade. I want to be the first guy out of the trade. If my target is 125 and I've gotten whatever, 12, 13, 14 points on the trade, I'll take 123.5 as an exit so that I can get out before the crowds get out, all right? Maybe you leave a little on the table, but it's better safe than sorry. So yeah, I have some regret about missing that trade. I mean, and it has me questioning, am I being a bit too rigid with what I'm doing here? I don't know. I mean, on the one hand, like I said, there's value in consistency and rules and process. And, you know, I have one contract. I trade one contract, one size. I look for certain setups. You know, there is a process involved in what I'm doing, and there is consistency in what I'm doing. Now, if I bought USO calls last week, you know, now I'm sort of going off the reservation, right? That's not what I do. I'm day trading SPY. I'm looking for certain setups. I don't know. Should I have played it or should I have not played it? You know, I'm beating myself up a little bit over it. It's easy to say now, right? It's a winner. So if USO was at $95, you know, it'd be like, Good thing I didn't change my style. But that's not the situation. It is a winner, and a healthy winner. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just questioning. Should I be a little less rigid in what I'm doing? I mean, if I really, really like a trade, and I did really like this USO trade, if I have a high conviction trade, do I change what I'm doing? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, you have high conviction plays, right? They're obviously worth something. I mean, your expected value on them would be higher, right? By the way, I don't like any of this right now. And like I said earlier, I'm trying to wait for really an A+ setup here, and this isn't it. It's still early. It's only 9:40 a.m. But yeah, when do you change your style? You know, when do you say, hey, I've got a system here, I'm sticking with it? Or do you say, I got a system here, but every once in a while, if I really like something else, I'm going to go out of bounds and, you know, try something different? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I know I didn't take this trade. And like I said, got some hindsight bias, so. All right. 751.3. Do we want to get long here? Let's think about this. I mean, what's our top? 754? Yeah. 754 is the top. 752 is a level. I have to say, I'm getting, with earnings coming up and now this CPI coming in light, and honestly, this flag pattern here, I do think we're reaching an inflection point. Whether that's today, tomorrow, next week, I'm not sure. But the market's going to have to decide whether it wants to move higher or lower here. And I do think we're coming up on the moment where it does decide. I mean, at least the chart is sort of saying, this is the 6-month chart up here, and it is sort of saying we're reaching the end of the flag, and the market will have to decide whether it wants to take a leg up or a leg down. I don't know. I don't know which direction it's going to pick. It might largely depend on earnings of the big tech companies next week. That would make sense. But yeah, I do think we're approaching a point where decisions have to be made by the market. You know, 760 is the all-time high in SPY. We're at 750. Are we going to make another push to all-time highs? I don't know. Asked me a week ago, I would have said no. But I have to say, you know, the last few days and the Iran war flaring up again and the market's reaction to that has made me a bit more bullish generally. You know, the market reacted quite positively to the war flaring up again. I mean, it went from, you know, well, I guess 740 up to 750, which isn't a huge deal considering we've been in that range for months now. But still, you know, these last 3 days have made me a bit more bullish. Now you get the the cool CPI number. But maybe this is exactly when we start crashing, right? As soon as people start to think, well, you know what? I was bearish, but now I'm starting to feel more bullish. That's usually when the market reverses and actually goes down. Anyway, this is why I day trade. You know, I don't... Predicting what the market's going to do a week or two from now, I'm not sure anybody can do that. I mean, everybody does attempt to do it, but I'm not sure anybody can do it with any real accuracy. I mean, a week or two out, you know, so much shit can happen. You know, the world can change, you know, the war could end or it could flare out. I mean, how the hell do you predict what's going to happen in geopolitics and, you know, earnings reports? And, you know, there's constantly news flow and things coming into the system and to the economy. How do you predict where the economy is going to be, you know, any further than a few days from now? I'm not sure it's possible. There's just too much that can happen. So, yeah. I spent a long time swing trading, but my swing trades were generally less than a week, you know, talking 2, 3, 4 days, something like that. Like this USO play. Like I would have, if I was going to get long, I would have gotten long Wednesday morning. Looks like it's sort of approaching an end. Probably would have ended up being a week-long trade. I mean, I don't know. You start making predictions for anything longer than that, and there's just too much shit that can happen in the world. That's my take on it, at least. But then again, if you extend it out to an extremely long time period, you know, extend it out to 10 years, well, now you sort of can predict what the market's going to do. I mean, the market generally rises, you know, 7%, 8%, 10%. You know, it's been on a real tear lately, but generally year over year, the market does rise. So you take it out 10 years, you know, we can say in 10 years from now, it's almost certain that the market will be higher than it is today and probably about double where it is today. Just a little contradiction there. I think the market, you know, over extremely short time periods, like the next couple days, maybe you can get a bead on where the market is going. Over the extremely long term, you do sort of know where the market is headed. It's going to grow with the U.S. economy. Over the medium term, though, a few months out, I don't know. I think that that's the gray area, personally. That's very hard to predict. It's part of the reason why I'm trying to stick with day trading, not swing trading, even if I miss a play or two here and there. Yeah, definitely have some regrets about missing that USO trade. Gotta let it go. Sticking to what I'm doing. Just gotta stick to what I'm doing. Day trading SPY. That's my focus. Not swing trading oil. All right. Do we see anything we like here? No, not yet. And again, you know, I was saying earlier, ever since Wednesday, I don't like the way the market's felt. And this again right here, like I don't like this pattern here for the opening. You know, I look for the morning V in the open. That is generally the pattern you look for from 9:30 to 10 a.m., right? You look for a down move followed by an up move, a V shape, or an upside down V, an up move followed by a down move. That's generally what you see from 9:30 to 10 o'clock. And you can usually get a pretty well-defined V or upside down V by the time you reach 10 a.m. And the last few days, we haven't seen that. There's been no V like this. It's been like this. Choppy shit. I mean, this is not a V shape. I mean, it's kind of made a little one here, but that was too quick. This was only 10 minutes into the day. And now we're just chopping it up. So, you know, I don't like that I haven't been seeing my V in the morning. That pattern is reassuring to me, at least, that the market is behaving as I expect. You know, it's not going off-road. And this kind of opening, no V, chopping around at 751 random level, not very reassuring in terms of, is the market going to behave the way I expect it to behave today? Right off the bat, we're seeing that it's not following the usual pattern that you would look for. So, not a terribly encouraging sign. I think we should mentally prepare, though, for a break upward here. I mean, if we break above 752, right? Or you could, I mean, we could break above right here, right? The top we saw earlier. Yeah, that's 752 basically. I mean, it's 751.8 is where we topped out right here. 751.8. If we break above 752, 754 is the obvious target. Would we want to take that as a trade? I have to say, you know, my gut immediately says no. Shitty answer. But yeah, my gut feeling is immediately no. The problem to me would be you're going to set your winning out at 754, and rightfully so. But do we actually get to 754, or do we stall beforehand and pull back? And I think it's very likely that we would stall before reaching 754 and pull back. I can tell you right now that I'm already starting to get a BOF feeling about today, buy order flow day, which is a slow climb higher throughout the day, an accumulation day, right? Where we just drift higher, pullbacks, usually a rather large mid-morning pullback around 11 a.m., but generally drifting higher throughout the day. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get that vibe right now. Are we in a BOF day? Yeah, accumulation higher, slow grind higher, lots of pullbacks that are going to test you. Tricky days to trade. Although I will say, with the chop we've been seeing lately, I'd take a BOF day, honestly. They're hard to trade, but at least they're not impossible. with the choppy crap we've been witnessing lately, you know, a BOF day would feel like, you know, like a 2% move higher or something. It would just feel like, finally, something I'm familiar with. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting right now. Can't play it until we actually start moving higher. If you would want to play it at all, BOF days are tricky to play. You know, you move higher throughout the day, you grind higher, but there's lots of pullbacks involved. And like I said, there's usually a mid-morning pullback that's more severe than the other pullbacks throughout the day. The afternoon with the BOF days tends to be a little less volatile. The morning tends to, if it is a BOF day, the morning tends to move higher like during this hour, right? 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. You tend to get a faster move higher. Then mid-morning, you get a more severe pullback. Lunchtime, you get the channel, you know, 12 to 1, you get the channel, low volatility, not a lot of movement. 1 to 3, you know, 1 to 3:30, you tend to get a more stable sort of climb higher. Slow, but with less chance of a major pullback. And then the end of the day is kind of a coin flip. Whether you're going to get a pullback, you know, back towards center, or just sort of keep drifting higher or stay where you are. I mean, I don't know. End of the day can be kind of random. So do I want to try and play this? Yeah, I think I will at this point. $754 as the target. I'm going to get in right here. I've talked myself into it. I have talked myself into it. What's my thinking here? My thinking is I can put the stop loss right here. Right? I can put it at the bottom of this little channel. Was I a bit hasty in that entry? I didn't have to get in where I did. I mean, I could have waited until we actually broke higher. Was I hasty in that entry? I don't know. Yeah, okay. We're starting to, I mean, I kind of like, it looks like we're about to go, right? At least to me, it looks like we're about to go. Uh, 754 is the target, so 2 points above this is 7608.25, 7608.25. turn my macro on. It looks like we're about to go, doesn't it? I mean, was I hasty in this? Oh, shit. Was this a hasty entry? Ugh. Don't do it. Come on, please. I really don't want to start my day this way. Hasty entry. Okay. Fucking A. Are you serious? That? I've gotten long again on it because it's a revenge trade, number one. Number two, I don't want to get juked out by some stop hunt. If that's a sweep lower just to clear out dudes like me, I'll be so fucking pissed. All right, it's not a sweep lower. It's going to keep going. All right, well, if this out gets tagged, then the BOF thesis is kind of dead. Trading like shit. Trading like shit. I didn't, why enter here? Could have just waited until we at least broke up here, Did not have to enter here. Whatever. If this turns out to just be some bullshit sweep lower, and then we go straight up here, I am not going to be happy about that, but gotta let it go. Whatever. I tried it twice. That's it. I really don't get another bite at the apple. Should really be once. Try the trade once. First one fails. Don't do it again. But sometimes I give myself a little space to try it a second time. Almost always a mistake. All right, fuck it. It's done. Boy, it's a fucking tough market. It really is. Just chopping around again. Doing nothing. All right. Should have just waited for a break higher to get in on this play if I wanted to do it. Yeah, it was a hasty entry. A sloppy entry. Sloppy entry. All right. At least we've got some boundaries here. You've got 749 at the bottom, 752 at the top. We're going to need a breakout of that range for anything to be playable. Yeah, anything in the 749 to 752 range is chop and noise and not playable. So yeah, we're looking for a breakout of that range below 749, above 752. Until then, anything in the middle is going to be chop. And chop generally is not playable. Unless you're doing mean reversion trades. This is the idea I always come back to. Can I play the chop? Can I somehow succeed in trading the chop? I don't think so, but it does cross my mind. For instance, if we go down to here, you know, maybe we break below this little level here. We go down right to here. I could get long and try and play the bounce higher. No, I'm not going to do that. The thought does cross my mind quite a bit. That's not a good trade. Or is it exactly the type of trade that we need right now? It's necessary. All right, we're at 750. What is this bottom down here? This bottom is 749.4. Yeah, it would not surprise me if we poke through this bottom down to 749 and then we bounce higher. That would make complete sense to me. Rope people in by breaking below the daily low. Get them involved. Then bounce. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense to me. Ugh, don't do it. Don't play it. I really want to play it for some reason. That's not my wheelhouse. That's not my wheelhouse. This is going to go to 749 and it's going to bounce. That's what's going to happen. Don't do it. Why is it so easy to lose money and so difficult to make it back? Why is that? Never quite figured that out. You know, games of chance, it always feels like it's so easy to just melt downward, while going upward is like, you know, Sisyphus pulling the boulder up the mountain. You know, it's like gaining is like this slow, difficult. But if I wanted to throw my money away, it would be so easy to do, you know? Like, I could make my bankroll evaporate in 1 hour if I wanted to. It wouldn't be hard. And yet, doubling my bankroll would be near impossible to do in 1 hour. I mean, what's up with that? I mean, you'd think, you know, random probabilities, you know, what's the edge here? The house gets their commissions and their slippage and their friction costs. That's not a lot. It adds up over time, but in the course of one trade or 1 hour, it's not a lot. So how come it would be so easy to burn the house down and so difficult to double up? Strange. 749.5. That's where we're at. I have a distinct feeling we're going to go down to 749 and bounce. Do I even want to try and play that? It's really not in my wheelhouse, that type of play. All right, 748.85. I mean, if I am going to do it, I would do it now. 48.82. Okay. How low are we going to go here? Now I'm thinking about getting short. $749.13. So this is the bounce. $749.31. Bounce back to 750 would make sense here. But if we break lower, I'm probably going to get in on it. I mean, if we break below 749, but 749 I think is going to put up a little fight. It certainly did yesterday. Yeah, 749 put up quite a fight yesterday. So it should again here. This is 749.5 right here. Yeah, bounce back to 750 would be what I expect to see. Yeah, there it is. That's 750. All right. Not surprising. Was that a trade, you know? Was that a trade? Honestly, it probably was. In hindsight bias again. I mean, I did feel pretty strongly we were going to go down to 749 and then bounce back to 750. I mean, it only would have been 1 point, but it would have been 1 point. You know, if you feel good about it, why not take it? I'm trading like shit. My decision making is just off right now. If I was up $70 instead of down $70, I probably would have taken that trade. Instead, I sat out because I'm just off. I'm just doing everything wrong. Decision making is fucking off. Yeah, I'm telling myself I have to wait for A+ setups. Meanwhile, I take this shitty entry over here with no level breakage at all, and the trade that I say I see coming 10 minutes earlier, I don't take. I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck am I doing, you know? I take this random trade that I talk myself into in all of 30 seconds, and then the trade that I see coming a mile away, I sit out on. The fuck? I need to get my head straight. My kitchen ceiling is falling down, by the way. Leak from the bathroom upstairs down to the kitchen. From the shower on the second floor down to the ceiling on the first floor. Yeah. Kitchen ceiling fell down. So now I'm dealing with a plumber and a contractor to fix that. Lots of fun. Kids are home for the summer. Is what it is. Whatever. Just have to focus. Just have to focus. Focus on what you're doing. Fuck, okay. I have to go with my gut, you know? I have to listen to it. That's what it comes down to. And I need confirmation. Gut plus confirmation. Gut feeling plus a level breaking to give you confirmation that that gut feeling is correct with the proper risk reward profile. That's the formula for winning trade. Have a strong intuition, gut feeling, whatever you want to call it, about a trade. Wait for the level to confirm it. make sure the risk reward profile is positive. 1.5 to 1 is good, 2 to 1 better. That's the secret. Those are the pillars to a good trade. Strong feeling plus level confirmation plus the math is there. Put those three things together, you have a good trade. 10:30 a.m. Still in the 749 to 752 range. Want to see a breakout of that range to feel good about putting a play in. The chart overall looks a bit more bearish than bullish just because we have these lower lows. But at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me at all if we broke higher here instead of lower. I mean, really could go either way. So yeah, I don't have an opinion on where this is headed right now. Not going to make the same mistake I made last time and get long early here. Shit. Fuck. I don't know what that was. All right, I got long. I put a limit order in and bought it here. All right, so I got in at 752, which is a number I wanted. I'm going to put my losing out at 751, winning out at 754. All right, so risking $57 to win 91. I don't know what this jump was. I don't particularly care. What I wanted was a break above 752 to signal that we could get to 754. And we got that. Although I have to say, I don't even want to say it out loud, but we've seen this happen on Friday and yesterday. The exact same fucking thing. Except it was downward. A fast candle, lower, boom, and then we go straight up for the rest of the day, honestly. And now we've got a fast candle upward. I mean, is this just another algo fake out move? I mean, I'm a little encouraged it's moving higher rather than lower. But if this is another like algo juke move, like the last 2 days, yeah, both Friday and yesterday, Monday, we saw fast downward candle right around this time, and then just upward movement for basically the rest of the day. So, I mean, if that happens again, I mean, if this is really just like a fake out and then we just start moving lower for the rest of the day, I mean, fuck that. I will be disgusted with that. I could definitely see that happening. Just algo bullshit. Whatever. I like my entry at least. I like this trade. I mean, like I said, the last 2 days, the fast candle was downward, and then we marched higher for the rest of the day. So, this is a little different. This is a fast candle upward. QQQ is up 8 points. I mean, this is looking very similar to what we've seen recently. And we've generally seen a grinding move higher after it. Anyway, it's a 1.5 to 1 trade. Yeah, if this is just some juke move higher by the algos, I mean, it's just going to be a really ugly market. I mean, you've got this fake out move lower down here. Let's break lower, move higher. And now are we going to have a fake out move higher? It's just all games, you know? It's game theory. And the goal is to lift money off of traders like us. Seriously? This is going to be another... This is going to be another fake out move. Unreal. QQQ. Yeah, this is going to be another pump fake. Another fast candle fake out. Getting a little tired of these. It's all bullshit. It's one fucking fake out move after another. Really pissed about that one. questioning whether there's any way. I mean, when you know the algos are doing this bullshit, is there any way to make money on it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if there's any way to make money when you're chopping. At 751 SPY right now. It certainly seems to be the center today. Wouldn't surprise me if we close here at 751. In fact, barring any news, I would think this is where we close, 751. And the gravity will keep pulling us back toward it. I don't mind. Put you back on me. All right. Yeah. Really pissed about that one. They are putting on a clinic. How to whipsaw people. Mm-hmm. 11 a.m. An up move seems odd here. I don't buy this. All right, putting a short in. What do I think about this? I don't see us moving past 752 here. That's all it comes down to. And I gotta fucking... I want to beat the algos, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. They're bullshit. So I put a short in here. I don't see us breaking higher here. It could happen. I mean, anything can happen, but not after this dip down here lower. And whatever, I'm getting 2-to-1 on the trade, so. Is it sloppy? I don't know. Yes, this is a sloppy trade. Let's see. If it loses, it's sloppy. If it wins, it wasn't. So occasionally I get in these like moods, vengeance moods, where I get fucking just sick of what the algos are doing. And when that happens, I start to make trades like this, which is trying to anticipate where the algos are going to bring us instead of the usual breakout, momentum, you know, are we going higher or lower today? It's just, fuck you, algos. And trying to anticipate their choppy bullshit. Does this work? Sometimes. Sometimes it works, honestly. Sometimes it doesn't. Basically, it's mean reversion trading, and truth is I haven't had much luck with it, but sometimes it just feels appropriate. Like right now, I can move my out down to right here, because if we break above this, this play's dead. Sometimes I think I should just trade like this all the time. But the way this usually works is I'll string together a few winners, and then the market will take off in one direction, and I'll eat shit. Notice on this trade, I keep moving my losing exit lower. You know, if I'm trying to catch these algos sort of mean reverting, it usually happens. It's directional. Pullbacks against you are big problems on these types of trades. What the fuck? You serious? You fucking kidding? What is this? Motherfucker. Fuck. What is this? I mean, what the fuck is this? Another fake out or? All right, I'll bite. I'll bite. Gonna get long on it. Am I out of my mind? Maybe. I'm not gonna take a huge loss on this though. At least my exit on that last trade was executed well enough. Do we have momentum or not? I mean, Set my winning out at 754. Sort of a clear target. Losing exit. Honestly, just below 752. If we pull back below 752 after that spike, fuck it. That'll be it for me today if I lose this trade. Yeah. This trade's my limit. If I lose this one, no mas. You get no more off me, you algo bastards. Yeah, this top right here was 753. What do I think about that? I think it's very possible we top out there. Oh, whatever. You know what? The play is in. My out is a little below 752. Winning out 754. I lose this one. You got me again. What am I gonna mean? Pullbacks are to be expected. We don't let pullbacks scare us. What scares us is stalling and bounces that don't go higher than the last high. So, yeah. Pullback is fine. The bounce is what's freaky. Oh, God. All right. Seriously, we're running out of steam here. Trying to decide how I actually feel about this trade. On the one hand, it fits a lot of criteria. On the other hand, I don't have much faith in it. What's more important? You know, the fact that it checks a lot of boxes, or that I don't believe in it. No surprise there. Yeah, I think the gut feeling is more important than the checking the boxes. Thinking about how to beat days like this. Whether there's any way to do it. I mean, there's a clear pattern. It's just, it's a really hard pattern to trade correctly. I mean, and we've been seeing it since Wednesday, which is breakouts are followed by pullbacks. All right. Any other way to sum it up? Yeah, breakouts are followed by pullbacks. Directional movement is at a premium. I mean, there's been short bursts of directional movement here and there. But generally, since Wednesday, when we break in one direction, you can count on a pullback coming. And this is where I struggle with the idea of mean reversion trading. Whether I should try to make it work again. Whether I should be differentiating between days that require directional momentum trades, you know, the usual playbook, and days that require a different playbook. Days that require directional trading versus mean reversion trading. Putting it more technically, can you differentiate between momentum versus mean reversion days? I mean, today's clearly would be a mean reversion day. The problem is if you get it wrong, well, fuck it, I'm getting it wrong right now. Number one, if can mean reversion trading even be profitable? Would be number one. I mean, you're really competing with the algos on their territory. And even if it was profitable, let's say, you could successfully mean revert. What happens on momentum days? You know, days where we actually take off. Because if you're mean reversion trading, you can get really hurt really fast. You know, there are really two very different ways of trading. Mean reversion trading is trying to pick up pennies, you know, small wins. But if the market takes off in one direction, you can get really hurt really fast. Whereas momentum trading, you're sort of trying to pick up bigger wins with good risk-reward ratios. Smaller risk in terms of the market isn't going to fly in one direction against you. Yeah, mean reversion trading leaves you very vulnerable to the market pushing in one direction quickly, and you keep pushing back. And just in my experience, it's very dangerous. But days like today, there's no other way to make money. I mean, I'm going to try one mean reversion trade here. I'm going to wait for it. I mean, I tried one before. Right here, market wound up spiking in my face. Luckily, I had the stop loss in and only lost $5 on it, but QQQ. Breaking higher. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm supposed to go down this path or not. This whole mean reversion thing. Ugh. I've wrestled with it a number of times before. Somehow, you know, whenever I decide, you know what, I'm going to try mean reversion trading, that is exactly when the market flips into momentum mode. It starts flying in one direction, and I'm caught flat-footed or worse. So yeah, this is probably the time where the market takes off. The algos are remarkably good at fucking even this. Sensing when people are like finally picking up on their bullshit and trying to push back against it, you know? Even that. It's like they know, all right, now we can make directional moves because people are trying to catch us on the choppy shit. If you're gonna do a mean reversion trade, RSI is your best friend, the relative strength index. It's by far the best indicator of when the market is stretched out one way or not. So yeah, I'm going to hunt for a mean reversion trade here. Again, I mean, the market is showing us that's what it's doing. It's breaking out and pulling back. It's a good time of day for it also, 11:30 a.m. This is the right time to try it. And yet I never have any luck with them. I don't know. I think I've tried 2 or 3 of them in the last week. None of them worked. So we need a breakout. A breakout to 754 would be a very obvious target for what I'm talking about. Yeah, that would be a very obvious target. We do have the makings of BOF day forming. You know, buy order flow, accumulation day. It's starting to form here. Like I said, buy order flow days are very tough to trade. And this is why this day is even worse than usual, honestly. With this candle, this candle. These candles are killers. They're just killers. They really are. They're like an offensive lineman twitching before the ball is hiked, you know? They're just meant to draw you off sides. Honestly, at this point, I just want one fucking winning trade. That's it. Just, can I have a winner? Please? Starting to get there. I'd like to see just a touch lower. One more push lower and I'll take it. Something down to here would be nice. Wait for it. Wait for it. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. Can't rush these plays. Like every other trade on Earth. Yeah, I mean, another tricky part of mean reversion trading. When the fuck do you enter? When RSI hits a certain limit, threshold, levels. Or when your gut says it's pushed far enough. And you generally have to go against momentum with them also. Ugh. I'm pained here. I could get in now. No, no. This is not, no. Not yet. This is not an extreme. Wait for a low that looks like a low. And this is not it. Something around here. And if you're going to mean revert trade, I mean, do you look for a bottom or do you wait for it to bottom, then bounce, then get in? Which one is your entry? What you suspect might be a bottom, or after that bottom, the bounce? Which one do you play? The bottom itself or the bounce? Probably the bounce, right? I mean, if you don't want to get slaughtered. On the other hand, I mean, your risk reward profile is going to look that much worse if you're getting in off a bounce. All right, this is approaching what I would think is a bottom. So, yeah, now the decision becomes, am I trying to get in at a bottom or am I trying to... Am I waiting for the bounce to confirm it? That looks bottomy. That looks bottomy. Okay, I'm not going to wait for the bounce. Just going to do it. Take profit, blah, 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 blah. There. Should I have waited for the bounce? Probably should have waited for a bounce. Should have waited for a bounce. Okay, mental note. Wait for the fucking bounce next time. Because where you enter, where you think the bottom might be, might end up being the where you enter anyway, if you wait for the bounce. See, like, if I was waiting for the bounce, I probably would have entered right about here. Now I can move my out up a little bit. My losing exit. I mean, I don't want to see us go much lower than this. This is why these trades are tough. You can get hurt on them. You get the wrong direction, and it keeps going on you. It gets ugly fast. So you pick up a few pennies here and there, but when it turns on you, it can get nasty. Where do I want to put my winning out? The good thing about them is you can really move your losing exit up aggressively if it moves in your direction. I mean, they're not momentum trades, they're mean reversion trades, but you don't really tolerate pullbacks on them. Pullbacks on these mean reversion trades just mean it's dead. I set my out at 750, 752, yeah. Did I? Maybe one tick lower. Okay, that looks like 752. Okay. Free rolling at least now. All right, one more tick lower. There. This is a completely different style of trading. Like I said, sometimes I like to tinker with it, and it usually works until it spectacularly doesn't work. That's the problem with it. You can pick up 3-4 trades this way, and then one of them just blows you out of the water. Like I said, you can move your losing out up aggressively on these trades. Because they should move with some sense of purpose. I do like that about them. Come on. Don't. Just tap the fucking out, please. Tap the out. Fucking assholes. Come on. Tap the out. Alright. I'll come to you. That touched. What the fuck? Seriously? Come on. Thank you. Jesus Christ. There. That's a mean reversion trade. The fact that it won just makes things even harder. I never know what... I mean, if I'd been mean reversion trading since Wednesday... would I be winning right now? I don't know. I just wrestle with this shit a lot. I know this much. If you're going to mean reversion trade, you have to know when to turn it off and to go the other way and to go back to directional momentum trading. You can't just say, I'm a mean reversion trader. That's it. Because I'm telling you, there are days when you try and make trades like that and you'll just get wiped out. But it's really, really hard psychologically if you sort of commit yourself to mean reversion trading that to turn it off when it's not working, you know? Because let's say it works for you, you know, for 2 weeks, whatever, you know, for 2 weeks you make money 8 out of 10 days. Most of your trades are winners, small pickups here and there. And then you'll have a day where the market just rips in one direction and doesn't stop the whole day. Are you going to be able to tell yourself, hey, you know, the mean reversion trading worked for the last 2 weeks, but today's not the day for it? Maybe multiple days won't be right for it. I have to go back to directional trading. Really hard to do that. To go from something that's working and turning it off and saying, this is, you know, this market isn't the right market for it. You know, honestly, when I think about it, that might be the really the one of the most important skills in trading. Knowing which mode you're in, you know? Am I chasing momentum today? Am I trying to catch a grinding move higher? Am I mean reversion trading? It's really a key skill. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. Really difficult. Because it requires you to have different trading styles. You know, you have to have a portfolio of trading styles, and you have to know which suit to wear each day. More than that, you know, you have to know when to change outfits. Really difficult. Really difficult. But, like I said, when I think about it, that may be one of the primary trading skills a person could have. At least if you're going to try and grind it out every day, you know? I mean, you notice even like the big time traders, the legendary investors, they all have a style, you know? You know, most of them are perma bears or perma bulls. Something about being a human, you know? You get locked into a certain way of thinking, and you want to, you don't want to vary from it, especially if it's working. But the more I think about it, the more I'm intrigued by this idea of wearing different outfits depending on which day it is. I've sort of never committed myself to doing that. We all want the simple answer. We all want the, you know, the magic bullet. We know that doesn't exist in the stock market. There is no magic bullet. There's no magic formula. So maybe the most important skill you can have is being able to change gears and, like I said, wear a different outfit depending on what kind of day it is. Some days you want to be a contrarian. Some days you want to really go with the flow. You got to know which one. It's an interesting idea. One that really deserves more focus. I'm going to put it on my whiteboard. All right. We're going to call that idea changing outfits. I like the sound of that. Know which outfit to wear. Yeah, there's just no magic bullet. That's all it comes down to. There's no fucking formula. There really isn't. Wish there was. You either have to be an algorithm with, you know, differential equations and God knows how much math behind you, or if you're a human, you got to be able to spot the conditions and change your trading style accordingly. Yeah, I like the sound of that. See how it works in practice. Momentum directional trading is easy. It makes sense. It's intuitive. And when it works well. Mean reversion trading is the opposite. It's unintuitive. It's contrarian. When it works small. When it doesn't work, it loses big. Still though, I don't know. After these last few days, it's got to be a part of my toolkit. It's got to be a part of my toolkit. I can't just fucking have days like this where I keep chasing momentum directional trades that fail time and time again. So yeah, so that's the key takeaway for today, boys and girls. Know which outfit you're wearing. I'm gonna have to go do my daily chores soon. I'd like to have one more mean reversion trade. Make me feel a little better. Make me feel a little safer pondering this course of action. if we go down to 750, I may try it again. $750 is right around here. Is that a bottom? Doesn't feel like it to me. This is looking better. All right. Now let's play it off the bounce. Wait for the bounce. Put a buy stop in right here. We bounce up to there, I'll get in. Maybe one tick higher. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like that tick. This could be a bottom. Maybe. All right. It grabbed me. We're in. Move our stop loss to the bottom. Our winner. Winner. Right there. Did I jump the gun on this bottom? Not looking good. Yeah, all right. I jumped the gun on this bottom, didn't I? Yeah. Nope. Yeah, I think we got a little bit more to go here. Little bit more to go. They never make it easy. Okay. I see like this trade setup. Is this even positive EV, you know? Even if it wins. Okay. Gonna need a bit of a clearer bottom for this one. 749. 749 is a clear bottom here. Then we can catch a real bounce up to 751. That's a play. That's a real play. Come on. Boy, 12 o'clock on the nose, and this chop starts. I mean, do the algos eat lunch too? Strange. Just right on the spot. Boom. 12 o'clock. Let's channel. Why am I putting this little dinky trade in? $20. Gotta be out of my mind. Got to be out of my mind putting this. I don't even know what you would call this. It's like a pity trade. It's a pity party trade. Awesome. Winner. Pity party trade for the win. Countering some strange resistance at 750 SPY. It's odd. We haven't really had any resistance at any levels here today, you know? Not sort of like this with a flattening out at a level. So it's a little weird. That 750 is forming a little bit of a wall. I don't think it means anything, but I'd really like to see us break sharply lower here, down to 749. Then you can get long. But that may not happen. Not anytime soon. Do it. Do something. Come on. Come on, break lower, please. Just break lower. Break lower. Make a sharp move. I'm running out of time. Gotta do my chores. Breaking the rule I'm working on right now. If I was winning, I'd have no problem getting up from this chair right now. Instead, because I'm down, I'm staying, looking for the next trade when it should be the opposite. No problem getting up when you're losing, glued to the chair when you're winning. Yeah, what am I sticking around for here today? Because I'm red hot. I mean, no point sticking around. No point. Do the chores. Do the chores. Do the chores. Do the chores. This market is not going to hand you some gigantic winner. Nothing. Okay. Really waiting to see if it breaks down. That is what I'm looking for right here. A breakdown below 750, down to 749. Well, it looks like the action has dried up here. I guess they've finally broken every trader out there. They've done it. Congratulations. Everyone is busted. Algos officially win. Yes, we hit 12 noon lunch hour, and all action has ceased. Yeah. Same 50-cent range. Digits. Mustard shit. It's mustard shit here. Blah, 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 blah. Go. Do something. Okay, there's 750. If we just go right back up, fuck it. All right, whatever. $750 forming this strange bottom here is, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. My original thought was we bust through 750, go down to 749, then look for a bounce. But honestly, the more resistance that the 750 level shows, the more I'd be inclined to think a break below it might have some momentum behind it. Yeah. 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 The more I'd be tempted not to try and play a bounce, but to just try and play the break itself. Really just channeling here. This is just lunchtime noise. Make another pity party trade. Pity party trade. Bam. Watch this. Watch how easy it is to make money. Look at this monster. This is how you do it. This is how you tear them up when they're in a channel. What the fuck? I'm not going to lose this trade. No. No chance. What the fuck? What are they, like, spying on me? $12 gone. that a joke? How do I lose that trade? What? It's ridiculous. All right. Fucking done. Calling it. Got better things to do than this. All right. Better things to do than this. Yes, I do. Maybe at some point this week, we will have a day that actually has some directional momentum to it. Maybe. Or maybe we'll just keep seeing shit like this. That is impossible to beat. Either way, I'm going to try. I'll do my best. But for now, yeah. Going to handle some chores. I hope you guys are trading better than I am. If you're getting crushed, take a break. This is not a friendly